Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Is anyone out there?
Another salesperson enduring the endless search. Exhausting. If you want to get right to the right conversations, you need LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Whether you're looking for new leads or strengthening existing relationships at your top accounts, get right to the right conversations with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Try LinkedIn Sales Navigator now with a free 60-day trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial.
Terms and conditions apply!
Welcome back to the well-seasoned Librarian. This is Season 16, Episode 3. Join your host, the ever-curious Dean Jones, as he delves into fascinating stories and insightful conversations. Today, Dean sits down with Angelo Carotenuto, the visionary founder and co-owner of LivTours, formerly known as LivItaly Tours. From his early days leading tours through the ancient streets of Rome in 2004, to establishing LivTours in 2009, Angelo has cultivated a company renowned for delivering exceptional, high-pot end experiences across Europe. Discover the journey of LivTours, which began with intimate tours in Italy and has blossomed to encompass over 25 captivating destinations. Learn how Angelo, alongside logistics expert Kristin, built a company dedicated to small group adventures led by top-tier guides, now offering everything from historical explorations to immersive cultural encounters across Italy, Spain, France, England, Austria, and Germany. More than just tours, LivTours champions sustainability, partnering with Green Step Sustainable Tourism to ensure their carefully crafted experiences respect local heritage, support SMA businesses, and give back to the communities they explore. Get ready to hear the story behind a company offering over 350 unique and personalized tours, from iconic landmarks to culinary journeys and thrilling adventures. Now, let's listen in as Dean Jones engages in an enriching conversation with Angelo Carotenuto.
Welcome to the podcast. Today, I'm speaking with Angelo Carotenuto from LivTours, and we want to welcome you to the program. Thanks for being here today, Angelo.
Thank you for having me, Dean. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, I want to ask you about LivTours and how it's grown significantly since you started leading tours in Rome in 2004. Can you share a pivotal moment or decision in the company's history that you feel was crucial to its expansion and success across Europe?
Yeah, Dean, it's funny that you ask, because this is actually something I'm really concentrating on and working on as I'm prepping a keynote speech for the next Arrival show that is a conference between tour operators in the activity industry that is happening in Valencia. And of course, there's several pivoting moments, but I guess the very first one is when my wife had joined me in the business, realized that in order to really fulfill our vision, our dream of making people's dreams and emotions come true, even the most traditional group tour had to be reduced to a group size no bigger than 6 people, guaranteed, which eliminates everything that very much is nightmarish, if I may say, and without disrespecting anybody else in the industry, but people don't dream about being inside the Sistine Chapel led by a tour guide that is holding a flag, and you in a group of 30 people not being able to ask questions, interact, be heard, divert the conversation, be transported. You want to be, shoulder to shoulder, eye to eye, hand to hand, almost with that tour guide. And that was sort of like a very cool, beautiful epiphany, a moment. Luckily, early on, and it resonated well because it found a place in the market that hadn't been tapped yet. So we were differentiating ourselves, and it allowed us also to speak to a customer that we very much felt comfortable with, which is affluent traveler, people with a couple of degrees in the household, the people that really knew that 10-15% more on the tour cost meant higher quality and smaller group size.
Now, you also have core values at LivTours, as evidenced by your membership in Green Step Sustainable Tourism. Can we talk a little bit about that and some of the specific ways LivTour integrates sustainable practices in its tour operations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when we first started LivItaly, at that time it was called LivItaly, as we offered only tours in Italy. There was the max 6 people group that I just mentioned, and the extraordinary variety of our services that spanned across many parts of Italy, even smaller villages, using family-owned businesses and small restaurants and small operators as suppliers. That to us already felt very innovative. We were sort of slow tourism against mass tourism, and we thought we were sustainable. And the max 6 people actually, in a way, was sort of the winning formula in that, we thought, at least. Not to be repetitive, but let's talk about the Sistine Chapel again. When you walk inside the Sistine Chapel, this is a beautiful 90-meter long room, 23.4 meters wide and 50 meters tall. And there's 12 air conditioning units of the latest generation that were sponsored by Porsche. When a group of 25 or 30 people walks in there at once, in the 15th of July, let's say, with all sorts of different pollution and dust and pollens and temperatures and humidity in it, these conditioning units obviously overwork themselves in order to bring the levels back to normal so that the frescoes made by Michelangelo will be protected by these variations brought in by people and last for generations after generation. But by working double the power or triple the power, they're obviously having an impact on the environment. So by choosing 6 people, we thought we were attempting to be both respectful to cultural heritage. We were tippy-toeing inside monuments, venues, villages, towns, cities, fountains, and so forth, and at the same time protecting environment. It was a punch in the face when Cassandra at LivTours decided that we should attempt getting certified by Green Step. And she went through the entire process with them, literally analyzing all of our 350 products and the carbon footprint of each of one of these and all of our office practices. And we thought we had an app, we were not paper friendly, we were completely digitalized. Our tours, again, small group, we had train experience and so forth. Anyways, it was a slap in the face or a punch in the face when they gave us a silver status certification. Mind you, in this industry, that's still high level, but we thought we were way more. We were better. We were going to get golden or premium or whatever it was. So it is since then that Cassandra has formed an entire group at LivTours. We call it the Sustainability Collective. And it's made of people that come from different departments. So not just tour guides, but mainly people from marketing, ticketing, operations, customer service, IT, etc. So a very mixed, varied group of people, all with their own vision of what green and sustainable means, and what the future of tourism and communities alike is going to be. And by working on our environmental impact, our office practices, our transparency, our charity and sustainable actions with the communities we work in, and collaborating with our local guides, we're trying to upgrade our game and maybe become one day zero carbon footprint and get that golden certification that we're working for.
That's really wonderful. It's funny. I don't think a lot of people think about that aspect of things when they go on tour and they go visit other countries. And I think that's wonderful that you're speaking up about that, because I think many people who do travel would want to know about that. I know I do. And I think that's really amazing. I just want to ask you too. I see that you're offering over 350 tours across multiple countries. How do you maintain the quality and consistency of the LivTours experience across such a diverse range of destinations and offerings?
It's not easy. um, well, first of all, um, I have to premise this answer by reminding the listeners that LivTours is not a growth at all cost company.
Yeah.
And not an exit strategy company. So we're not trying to make it big fast and get out of here, sell, and Kristin and I, have a nice retirement. We're here to stay in the game for as long as we can. And some people call it evergreen businesses, who are meant to make this impact for generations to come and have a meaning for generations to come, which means that in the span of 15 years, we proudly offer tours, 350 products across 26 different destinations, but it took a very long time to get here.
Yeah.
And the very long time comes with extraordinary amount of pragmatism, of research, of picking the right people, of expanding, sometimes out of demographic need or desire, sometimes because I or Kristin have a wish or a desire to see our company somewhere. But I guess to answer your question, the quality comes first from the people. And it is our research and our desire to open a new destination or launch a new product is the baseline factor. Is we have to find the right stakeholders who believe in our mission and our values, who have the same sort of desire as LivTours does, but also have maybe a little bit of an admin ability. They know how to create a product with us. They know the scope of the land. They know many tour guides, and slowly we expand our workforce in that destination.
Italy, as an example, is renowned for its incredible culinary heritage. We all know that. How does LivTours integrate food and gastronomic experience into the Italian tours to offer travelers a deeper understanding of the local culture and traditions?
One of the greatest means to explore a culture or destination is through our senses, and the most practiced sense in the real term, meaning the one that sparks most reaction in most common people, is food, is flavor, is taste.
Yeah.
You could say that the most practiced is our eyesight, but in reality, we may not necessarily have been practiced to recognize a painting from another one, a beautiful building from another beautiful building. We have to have some sort of education behind it. Same goes with music, perhaps. And that's not to say that these are amazing senses that you need to use while traveling. But food explodes, if you will, in your mouth as you're digesting it. It gives you, somehow it's a reader into the extraordinary layered complex culture that you're trying to live and that you're trying to dive into. So in every city, not just in Italy, but also in Europe, but in Italy, in every city we offer all sorts of experiences in order for somebody to dive into that culture. And one has to be at least one food. So we have food tours in Rome, Florence, Venice, Naples, Bologna, where we sort of go through what I call a dynamic journey through the local flavors, not as many food tours are, which is, taste a piece of cheese in this shop and taste a piece of apple here and taste a little ham there and taste a little fish there. Because honestly, no local would ever experience food like that. So we actually take you to, that restaurant or that street food joint or that gelato place that locals would go to. And you have 5-course meal at every place you stop. You enjoy an actual meal. You sit down, you do what Italians are best at, which is conviviality, which is talking, eating, drinking. And you take your time doing that. You take your time enjoying it. You take your time enjoying both the flavors and being explained what that means to the culture and what a reaction is elaborating in you. And as you're enjoying the company of 4, 5, 6 other people in the group and the tour guide. So yeah, we develop food tours in every destination we operate in for that reason.
You've expanded beyond Italy to Spain, France, and beyond. How have you found any interesting parallels or contrasts, I might say, how food plays a role in these cultural experiences contrasted to, say, Italy, where you're based?
Mm. I guess the biggest contrast was in London.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly because, well, I should say, when we're exploring food tours, the way we are exploring food tours, which is exactly as I said, trying to immerse yourself in what locals' enogastronomic experience would be. It's easy to envision what a food tour would incorporate in Rome versus Barcelona or Vienna, for example. When you go to London, London is such an amazing melting pot. It was a colonizer for centuries. It brought in all sorts of different cultures that you of course we're going to go and have fish and chips, and we're going to go and have chicken pot pie, but we're also going to go and have bao bao. We're also going to go have stir fry, so and some chicken tikka masala. So I mean, it's so again, it's so explosive, it's so varied, it's so crazy and a non-linear, that I found that it was the biggest contrast. Paris, although it has a much more evident local culinary tradition, our Paris food tour takes place in Le Marais, and Le Marais is a miniature melting pot. So yes, we will go and have some French cuisine, some boeuf bourguignon, some crepes. We're also going to have falafel, which is very common in Muslim French culture, but also in just general Parisians. We'll have falafel 3, 4 times a week, and it's part of their tradition.
I love that, because you're offering things that people wouldn't be expecting necessarily. You're giving them a real taste of things rather than what's programmed. I just love that. Looking ahead, what are some of the exciting new developments or types of experiences LivTours is considering adding?
All right. So, well, there's 2 or 3 lines to that. While we may have paused temporarily our geographical expansion, although there's a great inner desire to see LivTours offer tours in Lisbon and Amsterdam and Dublin and Stockholm and Copenhagen and Prague and Budapest, and these are all the places that we've always thought about being. In Madrid, we're trying to create a more sustainable future for LivTours by nurturing the destinations that are not Rome, and kind of become better at what we do before we start expanding geographically. And so that comes with not only knowing your marketing and knowing your audience and knowing how to catch them while they're going to Barcelona or London or Vienna or Berlin, but it also comes with product refinement. So we're working in 2 or 3 different directions. We're working on special access, sometimes before hours or after hours, beautiful, unique, exclusive visits that are giving people the opportunity to be not only without crowds, but be silently coping, if you will, with the real, true emotion of seeing such beauty. This is going to sound crazy, but we just started a tour called the Keymaster at the Vatican Museums.
Oh, wow.
The Keymaster is a gorgeous experience. It starts at 6 a.m. where you go through the galleries of the museum with the man who holds the 500, 600 keys to open every single door and window of the Vatican Museum. This is something he does every morning. Him and his small team of staff do every morning, and they it's been a few years, and now LivTours has it in our portfolio where you can do it. You can go and open the museums and turn on the lights. So there's literally the key master with a spotlight, and he hands you a key for every gallery you're going to be opening. A big, huge, ancient, centennial old, big doors and gates, and then turn on the lights. And all the way to the Sistine Chapel. So throughout the entire gallery, courtyards, secret rooms, statues, paintings, galleries, tapestries, all the way to the Sistine Chapel. And when you're inside the Sistine Chapel, the chapel is completely dark, and you open it up, you go in, and they turn on the lights for you.
Oh man.
I have, and we do that at the Duomo in Florence. We do this in St. Mark's Basilica. We do that at the King's apartment in Versailles. I mean, not keymaster experiences, but exclusive alone experiences. And I did the keymaster this past Friday. I think I cried about 4 times. Because that is the emotional impact I want to gift my customers. I want to gift my clients, and to be able to say that it still hits me, then it means that it'll definitely hit my client.
That sounds amazing. My God. Wow. That sounds so amazing. I'd love to do that. I want to ask you finally, for listeners like me who are dreaming of their first trip to Italy and want to experience it authentically through LivTours, what piece of advice do you offer to people who are contemplating their next trip?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I think the best advice that I can give is, whilst it is very important to know how you're going to be spending your time, and have some sort of list you have to go through, because you're there maybe once in a lifetime, maybe the first time, maybe once after many, many years, and you need to go and see this and this and this and this and that. Don't just come as if you're trying to go through the shopping list, without any awareness of what again, I may sound like a broken record. Remind yourself of the emotional impact you were expecting when going through that shopping list. If I go and see St. Mark's Basilica in Venice, what am I expecting? What was my anticipation? If I want to ride a gondola, what was I looking for? What was the emotional impact I wanted to live? If I want to go see Michelangelo's David in Florence, if I want to go be on a boat around Capri, if I want to drive a Ferrari in Maranello, if I want to experience a soccer match in Rome, if I want to go see the Vatican museums, if I want to cook with an Italian grandmother, what kind of emotional impact am I going for? And stay true to that. Don't just go through the list. Don't just go through the motions. Don't just exploit your travel destination. By staying true to your emotions, even if you don't do a few of those things, you'll be so fulfilled that it'll be worth your while and the people you've collaborated with in that destination.
Angelo, I've loved getting a chance to talk to you, and your business sounds so exciting. I'm really glad I can help people find out about what you do, because this sounds really, truly wonderful. Thank you for being with me today and on the podcast. I'm going to have links to LivTours in the bio, and I'll have people have a chance to look that up and look into your wonderful tours. Thank you for talking with us today.
Thank you for having me, Dean. It was a pleasure.
And that brings us to the close of another enlightening episode of the Well-Seasoned Librarian. A big thank you to Angelo Carotenuto for sharing the inspiring story of LivTours and his passion for creating meaningful travel experiences. For more information about LivTours and the incredible experiences they offer, please see the link in the liner notes. And of course, thank you for joining us, dear listeners. Until next time, we will see you in the library.
cookie?
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
That's your money saying it's time for a McDonald's run. Because with new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. Like buy a 6-piece McNuggets and add a McChicken for just $1. Your money says let's go. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.